Hello and welcome to the Snickerdoodle Knits YouTube channel. I am Jessica, the knitter and designer behind Snickerdoodle Knits. Today I'm going to talk about how to cable without a cable needle. If you're wishing to learn how to cable with a cable needle, that video tutorial is linked in the description box below. Now there are many reasons you might wish to learn how to cable without a cable needle. That could include that you don't like carrying around another needle with you. It might be because you're cabling and you don't have your cable needle with you. It might be because it's a lot easier and less fiddly for you to cable without a cable needle. Whatever the reasons, it's pretty simple. Alright, for this demonstration I'm going to show how to cable one to the front and cable one to the back without a cable needle. First, I'll just knit my first stitch. That has nothing to do with the cable. It's just creating continuity on the edge of my fabric. Of course, if you're following a pattern, you'll just follow the instructions. Now, to work a cable one to the front, typically you would be bringing this first stitch to the front. So to mimic bringing the first stitch to the front, we will bring our right needle behind that stitch, and then we will knit our second stitch. So that would be the same as knitting our one stitch on the left needle, and then we will pull our right needle through to the back so that we have completed that stitch. Now we will knit our first stitch, which is the same as knitting one from the cable needle, and slide both stitches off, and there, you've completed your cable one to the front. I'll knit 2 stitches, and I'll do that once more, but I'll show you from the back of the fabric. So here we are bringing our needle back behind the first stitch, bringing the needle to the front of the fabric from the back, and then we are working that second stitch as a knit, wrapping the yarn around just as a normal knit stitch. Then we are bringing our needle back through between those 2 stitches, and finally we are knitting that first stitch, sliding them off. There we go. So that's a cable one to the front. I will go ahead and knit the last of these stitches. I will purl the back, and then I'll come back and demonstrate that twice more. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and just knit my first stitch, and then I will do my cable one to the front again. Go ahead and knit 2. And I'll do another cable one to the front. And knit the last of my stitches. There you go. Now if you have any questions on how to do that, you can go ahead and go back, slow down the speed, watch it very carefully. Go ahead and leave a comment below or shoot me a message on Instagram or via my email www.snickerdoodleknits.com. Now I'll go ahead and work the back stitches, just purl across the back, and I'll be back to demonstrate how to cable one to the back. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just knit my first 3 stitches. And now we'll start the cable one to the back. So if we were using a cable needle, we would take our first stitch and bring it to the back on a cable needle. So for that reason, we want to bring our yarn to the front of that stitch as if it were behind us. Now we will just knit the second stitch I'll do that again. We'll knit the second stitch. So the yarn is behind the right needle, but in front of the left needle. So we work the second stitch, and then we'll just knit the first stitch as normal. So just like that, and then slide the 2 stitches off. So there we've created our cable 1 to the back. I'll go ahead and knit 2 more stitches and do 1 more cable 1 to the back. So again, we'll bring our yarn to the front, knit the second stitch, bring our yarn to the back, knit the first stitch, and slide both stitches off. And then I'm just knitting my last stitch. So there we go. These are our cable 1 to the front, and these are cable 1 to the back. I'll go ahead and purl across the back and demonstrate 2 more cable 1 to the back, and we'll be done. Alright, go ahead and knit 3, and then do my cable 1 to the back. This time I'll show you what it looks like from the back of the fabric. And then I'll just knit 2. And then 1 more cable 1 to the back. And the final stitch. So there we go. We have 4 cable 1s to the front and 4 cable 1 to the back. I hope you found this video tutorial helpful and informative. Of course, these techniques work for no matter how many stitches you are cabling to the front or to the back. Of course, the more stitches that you're working with, the tighter and more difficult it can be to handle those stitches. But this is the general idea of how to cable 1 to the front and how to cable 1 to the back. Again, if you could continue to have questions, feel free to go back, play back at a slower speed, comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you like this video tutorial, feel free to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification bell to receive notifications when we upload new videos, and you can subscribe for email notifications by going to our newsletter sign-up form. Happy knitting!